We're gonna go ahead and rotate over. That rat tasker is very weak. Cthulhu or Guan Yu is able to clean up the rat. We're looking for a target. We're gonna try to stick this Ares. Get some good damage onto him. We're able to clean up the Ares. Right now we're venting Rage. We're gonna make our way over to the Guan Yu, try to help him out with this Loki. Throw our one off. We're gonna jump up. We are able to connect with him. However, he did gain movement speed. This Tiamat is very weak. She does not have any mana. We're gonna get some damage onto her. Basic, and we're able to clean up the Tiamat. Now we gotta try to rotate back and help this Guan with the rat. What a do, skibbity boo, it's your boy Shawnee B Gaming, and today we have a viewer request to play Chuliann as solo. If you are new to the channel, I upload every single day. I add some commentary to a game that I've already played with the intentions of seeing what went right, what went wrong, and hopefully there's something that we can learn together. If there is something that we learn together, make sure you check out the channel and subscribe for more content. As always, the full build is in the description down below. If you are a returning viewer, I think Chuliann is probably one of the most aggressive early game solo laners. I picked him this game just because I wanted an easy dub, and I feel like it's really easy to just be super aggressive and not lose lane. So let's go ahead and jump into Chuliann's kit. Starting with Chuliann's passive, Berserk. Chuliann's mana, MP5, and mana heals are applied to his health pool. Abilities consume Rage, which stops regeneration at 25, but he gains Rage upon hitting enemies with an ability, as well as 1 Rage for basic attack, and 0.5 whenever he or an ally takes damage. After being above 85 Rage for 3 seconds, he's going to go Berserk. While Berserk, Chuliann gains power and a health shield. The health conversion is going to be 20% of the mana. The Berserk threshold is 85. The Berserk duration is 20 seconds. The bonus power is 2 per level, and the bonus health is 10 plus 20 per level. Chuliann's 1, Barb Spear, and Ground Slam. Chuliann thrusts his spear forward, damaging all enemies in front of him and stunning less powerful minions. Successfully hitting an enemy minion with an ability is going to restore 5 Rage, 8 for a god, up to a maximum of 18. Barbs from his spear stick to opponents and reduce their healing received for 4 seconds. In his Berserk form, Chuliann instead slams his massive arm down, damaging and rooting all enemies in front of him. This ability costs no Rage. Chuliann's 2, Vent Anger. Chuliann vents his anger as superheated steam, increasing his movement speed and draining his Rage. Every 0.5 seconds while in this state, all enemies within range are damaged by the heat. Vent Anger does not return Rage. He's going to gain 5% movement speed, and the duration is 6 seconds. Chuliann's 3, Solomon's Leap and Furious Charge. Chuliann vaults over his spear, leaping to a target location and slamming it down to damage enemies around and in front of him. Successfully hitting an enemy minion with this ability restores 5 Rage, 8 for an enemy god, up to a maximum of 18. In his Berserk form, Chuliann instead charges forward, damaging and stunning and driving all enemies back with him, and this ability costs no Rage. And finally, Chuliann's ultimate, Fear of Mortal Pain and War Cry. Chuliann swings his spear in a circle around him, damaging and knocking up all enemies. Successfully hitting an enemy minion with this ability restores 10 Rage and 26 for a god, up to a maximum of 36. In Berserk form, Chuliann instead gives a terrifying yell, damaging all enemies and causing them to tremble. This yell costs no Rage and has a 35-second cooldown. The tremble duration is 1 second. In terms of the leveling order, at level 1, we're going to put a pointer at 1, level 2, put a pointer at 3, level 3, put a pointer at 2, level 4, put another pointer at 1. We want to max out our ultimate whenever we can, max out our 1, max out our 3, max out our 2. In terms of the start, we started with Bluestone Pendant, a health chalice, and some multi-potions, 5 multi-potions to be exact. Bluestone Pendant is going to provide us 15 physical power, 20 HP 5, 10 MP 5, and it has a passive that enemies hit by your damaging abilities take an additional 25 physical damage over 2 seconds. So the reason we're going into Bluestone is it's going to allow us to have a lot of early game pressure. We're going to jump on Loki, get a Bluestone proc onto him. We're not going to show him our backs, that way he's not getting crits onto us. We are almost at Rage form. We're going to go ahead and kind of dump our kit, activate our 2 to vent some rage, so that way we don't transform. Since Loki is not in lane, we're going to go ahead and make our way to the blue buff. We are 1 rage and 3 seconds away from transforming, so we're just going to basic attack, activate our 2. We want to transform whenever we can deal some damage to Loki. We blink up. Not our best blink. We're going to go ahead and use our ultimate, get the knock up onto Loki, get our 1 onto him. Bluestone is also going to help us see Loki while he's invisible. We're going to go ahead and use our ultimate. Get a basic attack. We did miss our dash, but we are able to clean up the Loki. Yeah, Bluestone Cucullin's actually a pretty good matchup against Loki, because you get to apply some damage to him. If he's too close to you, you too can spot him out. And if you tag him with any ability, Bluestone proc is going to deal some damage to him. We're going to go ahead back, pick up the tier 1 of Breastplate of Valor, and then tier 2 boots. Tier 1 of Breastplate of Valor is going to provide us 20 physical protections for 600 gold. No other item in the game is going to provide 20 physical protections for that cheap of a price. So even though we didn't get our boots online, it's really going to help us survive in lane. Looks like we missed 1 melee minion, so not too much of a loss for backing right there. We're gonna go ahead, try to get some damage onto this Loki. We're about to transform. We get our 1 off, we dash, put him into the wall, use our ultimate, and then he uses his ultimate to get away. If we are forcing Loki to use his ultimate defensively, we're doing a good job. 2 people here, we're able to get our 1 off, get the double root. Doesn't look like we're going to get help with our blue, so we're going to go ahead, rotate there, and get it ourselves. In the laning phase, we're looking to apply as much pressure as possible to this Loki. Once we get to the team fighting stage, we're going to be a front line, trying to keep their back line away from our team until our team is ready to engage on them. Right here, we're just trying to get some damage. He's low on mana. We used our 2. We probably didn't need to right there. I think we were anticipating his invisibility and was trying to get sight on him whenever he goes invisible. However, it didn't really work right there. He did back for his mana. We're going to go ahead, activate our 2 so we don't transform. Good sidestep by him. We're missing a lot of abilities on him. That's also going to lower our rage if we don't connect with the Loki. We're about to transform. We're going to use our ultimate. We're just following the damage numbers. He was able to avoid a lot of our damage right there. We're going to go ahead and rotate mid. This is not the best rotation mid because we are transformed. By the time we get to mid, we're not going to be transformed, and our rage is going to be at 25. So we're just going to hit some harpies while we are transformed. Try to get some of that rage back. Loki's not over and left, so he's probably rotating or invading camps right now. We're going to go ahead and rotate over. That rat tasker is very weak. Cthulhu or Guan Yu is able to clean up the rat. We're looking for a target. We're going to try to stick this Ares. Get some good damage onto him. We're able to clean up the Ares. Right now we're venting rage. We're going to make our way over to the Guan Yu, try to help him out with this Loki. Throw our 1 off. We're going to jump up. We are able to connect with him. However, he did gain movement speed. This Tiamat is very weak. She does not have any mana. We're going to get some damage onto her. Basic, and we're able to clean up the Tiamat. Now we got to try to rotate back and help this go on with the rat. I don't think rat attack is really going to deal any damage to us. So we're just going to rotate back to our lane, try to get some of this farm. Loki is not in lane, so we should be able to out-level him even more than we already are. We have 2 levels on him right now. We're going to go ahead and back because we have a pretty penny in the pocket. We're going to go ahead and pick up Warrior Tabi. Then we're going to start working on Mystical Mail. The tier 1 of Breastplate of Valor is just an early game item that's going to be very helpful. We're not actually going to buy anything on that tree this game. Think of it like buying a second starter item that doesn't have a passive and works really well against going into physical characters.
Ultimate is ready. On my way.
We are very close to transforming.
Attack middle lane.
We get our one off. We're gonna go ahead and transform, use our ultimate. Get the root, dash, hit him into the wall. He uses his ultimate defensively. So there's probably not too much else we're gonna be able to do right there. We're gonna go ahead and just hit this lesser scorpion. We could be invading harpies right now. That might be a little bit more efficient thing to do with our time.
Enemy missing left. Cancel that. I'm coming for you, laddie.
We do have enough money for Mystical Mail, however we don't want to back and miss any gold or XP. So we're going to hang out until we find a good time to back. While Loki's in his 3, he is knockup immune. We go ahead and transform. We miss our dash. Our ultimate does connect. If we hit our dash right there, we probably would have gotten the pick onto that Loki.
Your middle tower is under attack.
But we have him very weak, so now's a good opportunity to invade his blue.
Your middle tower is under attack.
More will take their place.
We were thinking about hitting our blue right there, but the wave's coming. We want to clear a wave and then go for our blue. So the blue buff is going to give us some MP5 and 10% cooldown reduction. That MP5 is going to be converted into HP5 on Chuliann. So 20% of his MP5 is going to become HP5. We miss our ultimate. A little unfortunate. We're going to go ahead and vent some anger so that way we don't transform. We're going to make our way mid with 84 rage, so if we land one ability, we're going to be able to transform.
We will succeed, with or without blazing energy.
He would back and then move without knowing that we're right there throwing an ability at him. you go ahead and transform, we get the root off. He uses his ultimate, so the teammate did not get rooted. We're going to stick to them. We are able to get the pick onto the teammate. Ares blinks in, uses his ultimate. We do not have beads. We get the double root off. We're going to dash up. We're about half health. We have 2 people in the fight. We're going to try to stick to this fight. There goes 1. We get our 1 off. Our Cuckoo goes down behind us, and now we're just in a terrible spot. It might have been a little bit of a foresight to realize that we were not going to win that team fight and to not dash in there like that. However, we wanted to try to save our support in mid lane, so I don't think there was too much we could do if our intentions were to save them. But we're going to go ahead and pick up Mystical Mail. Mystical Mail is going to provide us 200 health, 40 physical protections, 20% crowd control reduction. It has a passive that all enemies within 25 units are dealt 40 magical damage per second. So this is an interesting item for laning. Loki is physical and we are physical, so Loki is most likely building physical protections. Mystical Mail is going to deal magical damage, so he's going to have physical protections, but he's probably not going to have magical protections online quite yet. So that magical damage is kind of free, if that makes sense. Loki does have a base magical protection. But he doesn't have any additional magical protections. We come in, activate our wand. He's wearing his blue, so we know that it's not there. Our controller batteries are low. We get our 1 off. We're able to get the pick onto the rat.
Weakness cannot be tolerated.
Ares is here. We're able to avoid his chain. We are about to transform. We're going to kind of return some damage, land our 1. We miss our dash. We're going to go ahead and use our ultimate on the minion wave. Really just focus on not missing a farm. Then we're going to go ahead and kind of rotate under tower. Loki kind of hurts, but we are able to get out, and that's also an Ares ultimate. We're going to go ahead and change our controller batteries, and we're going to be picking up the Stone of Gaia. Stone of Gaia is going to provide us 400 health, 20 HP 5, and 15 MP 5. It has a passive that if you are hit by a knock-up, knock-back, pull, or grab, you're going to gain 15% of your maximum health over the next 5 seconds. This effect does not trigger on vortexes and can only occur once every 45 seconds. And then the second passive is you're going to regenerate 0.5% of your maximum health every second. So this item is great for health regeneration. It kind of acts as like a lifesteal. Like you'd either want lifesteal or Stone of Gaia. And they also have a few characters on their team that have knockups or knockbacks or pulls.
We will succeed with or without them.
We're going to go ahead and rotate mid. So the Ratatasker ultimate has a knockup. The Ares has a pull. The Apollo has a knockback. The Tiamat has a knockup. So Stone of Gaia is really good at this game. Ratatasker ultimate. We use our ultimate. We're going to get some damage off. We're able to get the pick onto the Ratatasker. We're going to kind of loop into jungle while our abilities are on cooldown. Fall to the back line. We're going to get some damage onto this teammate. We are about to transform. We're going to go ahead, apply a lot of pressure to this Apollo. We want to keep him out of the fight. Right now we're fighting with 3 people, keeping them away from our teammates. We have their 2 damage characters in the back. Loki is now on us as well. We get the root off. We're going to dash away as soon as we can. So while we were keeping 3 people off of our team was able to get the pick onto the areas. They have more health than the enemies that remain. So they're going to start pushing up. We did our job. We kept their backline away from our team. Our team was able to clean up their areas and then start pushing their backline.
That's rather fetching, don't you think?
So I think that was good positioning, good spacing, and we did our job. The enemy Loki leaves, but he comes back really quickly. Okay, so this is where it gets a little spicy on our team. They get the tier 1 tower, and they decide to push Phoenix. There's 2 people up. Ares just came up. I don't think this is crazy, but after getting a tower, you push for an objective. So Guan and Heim are now fighting the Apollo. We're trying to go for the Gold Fury, which is basically free. However, it is no longer free because Guan and Heim wanted to keep fighting in mid instead of going for the Gold Fury. And the Apollo is able to steal it because our team took too long. And we're going to go down because of it. So it's not just me, right? Like, if you get a tower, you pull back and go for an objective. I can't be the only one who thinks like that, right? Especially whenever you have numbers, especially whenever the objective is up. So I say retreat mid and go for Gold Fury. Then I say Guan and Heim Y.
Please?
Yes.
Then he said, WTF, you talking? Then he said, I'm an idiot. So I'm just done. I'm not going to try to explain anything to them. I had a pretty toxic game yesterday. People in Smite, people in Rust. My ability to deal with toxic or rude people was just very low. So I just ignored it. I think this man's also negative. I don't think that it's unreasonable to go for an objective after a tower. We're gonna go ahead and get some damage onto this Ares. He gets rooted. We're gonna keep sticking to him. He's kind of all by himself. He can't do a lot if it's just Ares. There's his ultimate. We're gonna go ahead and use our ultimate for the CC immunity. You can't see a thing because of the Loki. We missed the dash. We activated our 2. Guan Yu's able to clean up the Ares. We're gonna try to protect our Cuckoo. We're focusing this team at. We're gonna dash up. We're gonna try to body this Apollo. We're able to get the pick onto the Apollo. So now it's just Rat and Loki left. We should be able to get this this fire giant. Get ready for it. Our Heimdallr, who thinks we're an idiot, pulls off a fire giant to zone instead of one of us. So our damage source goes away, leaves fire giant. We're gonna go ahead, land our root, get a little bit of damage. And we're able to get the pick onto the Loki. We're going to go ahead and back, and we're going to be selling. I think we sell our tier 1 of Breastplate first.
That's rather fetching, don't you think?
We did pick up Talisman of Energy. Talisman of Energy is going to provide us 60 magical protections, 300 health. It has a passive that getting a kill or an assist on an enemy causes you and your allies within 7 units to gain stacks of energy. Energy stacks provide 2% movement speed and 2% attack speed, along with 10 MP5 per stack. This lasts 10 seconds and can stack up to 6 times. Then we're going to start working on Pridwen.
Must you be so insufferable?
That's a rat dash. We're going to jump up. Get our 1 off. Go ahead and use our ultimate. That's his ultimate.
Enemy ultimate incoming.
Ares chain. We are going to have to be a little careful here. Is this Ares all by himself again? We get the root. Missed a lot of dashes this game. We're going to try to focus this Apollo. That's an Ares ultimate. To get our 1 off, we should probably be focusing the Loki over the Ares. Heim was able to get the Phoenix, so that is a big plus for us. We're going to try to provide a little bit of peel for the Cuckoo. Unfortunately, he goes down to Rat, but we are able to avenge him.
Group up.
Must you be so insufferable?
No. Quiet.
Yes.
Don't let me be surprised.
Attack the Gold Fury!
Must you be
We're going to go ahead and make a play for gold.
Will you?
Follows here, he dashes up, hits it with 1 ability, and is able to steal it again.
An enemy has been slain.
Then he cusses me out.
One by one.
Team's able to clean up the Loki. It's unfortunate that they got the Gold Fury. We do have enough money for Pridwen, so we're going to go ahead and back and pick that up. Pridwen is going to provide us 30 physical protections, 30 magical protections, 20% cooldown reduction. It has a passive that when your ultimate ability is finished casting, you're going to gain a shield equal to your protections for 5 seconds. When destroyed by timing out or being depleted, it explodes and deals magical damage equal to 50% of the shield's initial health and slows targets by 25% for 3 seconds. This can only occur once every 45 seconds.
right back? Retreat. Retreat.
So Pridwen's just going to be helpful, getting that cooldown online, a little health shield whenever we ult. We're usually ulting in the middle of a team fight, so getting a health shield should help us survive a little bit more as well. And if we're getting pressure and we think we're going to go down, we can just ult to buy ourselves a little bit of wiggle room. We transformed, but I think if we wanted blue buff, we were going to have to transform either way, so we didn't even bother trying to vent our rage. We would have been over the 85 if we did vent and then went for blue.
Enemy ultimate incoming.
Follow ults away.
Attack middle lane. Enemy ultimate down.
2 people in mid. Cuckoo gets a fat ult off.
Cannot be tolerated.
We're going to try to clean this up. Oh, we don't clean it up. That's super unfortunate. Apollo goes down. We're going to go ahead and use our ultimate. Knock up immune from the Loki. He uses his ultimate to get away. That's an Ares ultimate. We're going to use our beads. Get some good damage off. We are tanking Phoenix for our team.
You have their attention now. An ally has been slain.
Team has nearby. We should probably step out of tower. We just transform. We're going to use our ultimate. And we go down. We took one too many tower shots. We should reset and pass it to somebody else. However, we were able to set up our team to get that middle Phoenix by eating all that damage. So I think that's worth it. I think that's our most worth death so far this game. Our team might be able to end right here, although Cthulhu is very weak.
Retreat.
Your team has destroyed a right enemy Phoenix.
Expected.
That's what I had the fetching.
An enemy has been slain.
We went ahead and sold our Bluestone Pendant. I don't really like any of the level 20 upgrades. And we picked up the Hide of the Urchin. Hide of the Urchin is going to provide us 30 physical protections, 30 magical protections, 250 health, and 250 mana. It has a passive that you're going to gain 3 magical and 3 physical protections for each god kill or assist. At 7 stacks, this item is going to evolve, providing a health shield that gains stacks every 2 seconds. Shield only stacks if you have not taken or dealt damage in the last 5 seconds. Each stack provides 10% of 100 health, plus 5 per level. Our team's working on Fire Giant again. I say attack left. They said we could end and like maybe, but they have 4 people up. The Titan has a tower still. So if you're unaware, the more towers that are up, the more protections that the Titan has. I think we can just take it slow, play it safe, you know? No need to try to force it and then give them time to recover this game.
Must you be so insufferable?
They keep telling me to be quiet, but I'm literally just trying to make calls for our team and what to do.
Okay. No.
Right now I'm checking to see if they're Xbox people. For whatever reason, it wasn't telling us.
Your right tower is under attack.
I've been called an idiot, I've been called dumb this game. However, I think I'm also the most positive and also doing the most work this game, so. Yeah, I'm just doing carry things, but he had a rough early game. And his shot calling isn't there. You get a Phoenix. And then this Cthulhu, I don't know what he's doing. That's an Ares ultimate. We're going to go ahead and use our beads.
One by one, they all will fall.
Blank in, use our ultimate. Unfortunately, they're already knocked up.
Take down all.
We're going to try to stick this follow, loop back. We're taking a lot of damage. But we have 2 people away from the Phoenix, so our teammates can destroy it.
An enemy has been slain. 2 fall, yet more remain.
3 Phoenixes down. We should be able to clean this game up. Well, we are able to secure the W. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. That really helps these videos out. If you feel like you learned anything at all, check out the channel and subscribe for more content. These stats for this game will be posted in just a moment. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you have a great day. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.